Dear Wit, I regret to inform you that Holden Caulfield is dead. I know you thought he could protect me. Or at the very least, give me refuge from my sarcasm. But Holden is gone forever. And I don't know if anything can save me now.
Where's your girl, Jerry? Where'd she go?
She wanted to dance with her brother.
That's a tight family.
You know the Lusitania making it to England is more hopeful than getting laid at this rat trap?
Oh, I don't know. Spoiled rich girls love college dropouts. They're all dying to tell their fathers he's not only broke, Daddy, he's also a Jew.
Hey, half Jew. Why do we keep coming here? I can't stand all these flits and phonies.
Give girls like that the time.
Who is that?
Una O'Neill.
What, as in Eugene O'Neill?
That's her dad. Rumor is she's got a thing for writers.
Maybe I can get her drunk and read her one of my stories.
The drunk part, yes. Not so sure about the second. I've read your work.
You're a real prince of a guy. Who are the bodyguards?
Blythe Chaucer and Carol Florentine. The protectors from morphine addicts and boys without trust funds. You even tried to give Una the time, they'll take your watch away.
Okay. I'm going in. Ladies. Una.
Hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Jerome David Salinger. My friends call me Jerry.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Jerome David Salinger.
I'm a huge admirer of your father. I'm a writer myself, and his plays have been a great source of inspiration to me.
What do you write?
I write short stories.
Really? Have you been published? Come on, Una. I want to introduce you to Billy Chandler. He's here. He is. Oh, right now?
Great.
Let's go. Until we meet again, Jerome David Salinger. Come on, Una doll. Billy!
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know the time?
That went well.
Through the course of my fascinatingly dull life, I've always found fiction so much more truthful than reality. And yes, I'm aware of the irony. He had neither the looks, personality, or good clothes to gain Shirley's interest. He didn't have a chance. And as I said before, to write a really good boy meets girl story, it's wise to have the boy meet the girl.
I can't concentrate with you staring at me like that.
Well, do you like it?
It's really good.
You can tell me the truth.
I am. It's terrific. Tie your shoes, Sonny.
So what do you think, Mom?
I love the kids. I love the way they talk.
Yeah, because in the slicks, the teens always sound phony because they're written by 50-year-old drunks. You know, it just kills me.
Well, you're really talented.
I think I want to try to publish.
How would you do that?
I want to go back to school, study creative writing.
You what? You get kicked out of every school I send you to because of that smart aleck mouth of yours. How do you possibly believe you could be a professional writer?
I don't know. I just like doing it.
He's very talented, so.
Even if he is, it's impossible to make a living at it, even for the best of students. You're not even a good student.
I can't do anything right.
All right, Sonny, come here, sit down. Sorry, please. I just don't want you to be disappointed when it doesn't work out. And it won't. It never does. Listen to me. Meat and cheese distribution has been very good to this family. 6 years ago, Buddy Richmond was practically broke. He buys a slaughterhouse, and now he's king of the bacon. That could be you, Sonny boy.
Jerry is not going to sell cheese, or pigs, or cows, or milk. He is not going to be the king of the bacon. He is going to go to Columbia. He is going to study writing. That's what Jerry is going to do, and you are going to pay for it.
I bet if I never walked into your class that day, then Holden Caulfield probably wouldn't even exist. So in a way, this whole mess is as much your fault as it is mine.
There is nothing more sacred than story. The Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the stories contained in these books are so powerful that people actually believe they were written by a god. That is the power that a story can hold. And in the course of this semester, you will be given the tools and the techniques to be able to create your own stories so that you can enrapture people. Move.
I was always a lousy student, even when I wanted to be there. It was pretty embarrassing if you want to know the truth.
How does that sound, Mr. Salinger?
I'm so sorry. You lost me at Bible.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Salinger. Did you think that this course was a study in atheism?
No. No, I didn't. But I'm hoping there really is a God that'll give you something interesting to say.
Funny, I had the same thought when I read your admissions essay. Although they still let you in, must be a very lean year for Columbia. Mr. Salinger wrote an essay, very funny, brimming with exactly the sort of sarcasm that he so beautifully displayed here in the first 5 minutes of the course. And yet, after that, Mr. Salinger failed to turn that clever voice of his into an actual narrative. Which is a shame, because there is some potential there. But this is the work we will all be striving to achieve. And by the end of the semester, God willing, or in Mr. Salinger's case, unwilling, you will all understand the difference between wanting to be a writer and actually being one.
My countrymen and my friends, I had hoped against hope that some miracle would prevent a devastating war in Europe and bring to an end the invasion of Poland by Germany. I have said many times that I have seen war and I hate war. I hope the United States will keep out of this war. I believe that it will.
Oh, Mr. Salinger, come in, have a seat. Would you like a drink?
Coffee, please.
Coffee, please. So, how did you find me here?
Oh, I used to go to NYU, and I always saw you grading papers in the window. Hey, why do you come all the way down to the village?
I couldn't think of a better place to read the work of the next Fitzgerald or Hemingway than right here in Greenwich Village.
Sir?
Thank you.
What about you? What happened at NYU? They kick you out for that mouth of yours?
No, it was a mutual understanding. They wanted me gone, and I wanted them dead.
Well, you're not the first wise ass I've taught, you know. You act out at authority figures like me because you're emotionally repressed at home. You also think you're the cleverest boy that ever walked the planet, and no one recognizes what a genius you are. It's pretty typical stuff if you want to know the truth. But enough of my dime store Freud. What can I do for you, Mr. Salinger?
I wanted to ask about what you talked about in class. You know, my voice overwhelming the story. I always thought my voice is what defines me as a writer.
Absolutely. Your voice is what makes your story unique. But when that voice overwhelms the story, as it did in your admissions essay, then it becomes an expression more of your ego than of the emotional experience of the reader. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Kind of.
No.
I'd apologize for being late, but since I'm going to be late for every single class this semester, I'm going to instead save my strength for the reading of your pages and heavy drinking. Now, today, I want to focus on the writer's voice. And to illustrate this, I'm going to read a passage to you from William Faulkner. All right, now I want you to listen carefully. In fact, close your eyes. The jailer cut her down and then revived her. Then he beat her and whipped her. She had hung herself with her dress. All right, so what happened?
A woman in jail tried to commit suicide, and after the jailer saved her, he beat her.
Exactly. This is why I let women audit my classes. Hopefully, the rest of the university will soon follow suit. All right, now, I read this passage in as dull a voice as I could possibly muster, and yet you were still all engaged by the passage. Why? Because the events of the story were compelling, thematically layered, and dramatic. Now, of course, Faulkner is famous for his voice with its unique regional style, and so therefore even the non-writer thinks that they love Faulkner. But in fact, it is the events of the story, the attempted suicide, the beating, that draws us in. And then Faulkner uses his voice to make the story uniquely his own. For our next class, I want you all to write a 5-page story. Ask yourselves, if I were to read this in a monotone, would I still keep the class's attention? Okay, well, I'm really not going to do any better than that today, so that's it. You can use the rest of the time to write your story or masturbate. Just try not to confuse the former with the latter. God knows there's many an author who has failed at that very task. Have a good weekend. See you later, children.
The one good thing about being stuck in a nut house is everyone here is in the same lousy shape as I am. Truth be told, I never really fit in anywhere in the whole goddamn world. Uptown, I was a Jew. Downtown, I was a square. But on occasion, I could fool the girls into thinking I was Clark Gable's cousin.
You're giving them hell, aren't they?
You know what? I actually think I keep on getting kicked out of school because I love how much it pisses my father off.
That's hilarious. You need to go with that. You should write your story about that. You got your watch on?
Yes, why?
You need to give that girl the time.
Yes, I do.
Hi.
Hi.
So you like jazz?
What do you think?
So, what do you do most of the time on weekends?
I don't know. What do you do most of the time on weekends?
This and that.
This and that. I know that's code for sowing your wild oats.
Sow your wild oats? Sorry, I don't follow.
Oh, please. Chase around, joke college.
Sow the wild oats. I don't think I get your drift. You know, chase around. Joe College. Suddenly, from the other side of the room, a small blonde shrieked with laughter.
Yes, it was very good. Your voice was present and entertaining, but it helped tell the story, didn't become it.
I felt it. You know, I could tell when something I wrote was too clever.
Was it true?
Some of it, some I made up.
Well, you know what we call that?
What?
Writing.
So how do I get it published?
Well, that's a bit ambitious for your first outing, don't you think?
A real writer publishes, right? That's the only way to make a living at it.
Oh, wait, let me guess. Your father told you that. Well, why don't you try the New Yorker? I'm sure that would impress him.
I was actually thinking Story magazine. I love their pieces.
Do you know who the editor of Story is?
Well, yeah, you.
And on behalf of Story, I would like to thank you for your submission. Unfortunately, we're going to decline at this time, but we do look forward to reading your future submissions. Mr. Salinger, you're about to learn the second most important lesson in having a career as a writer, learning to deal with rejection.
Well, I'm going straight to the New Yorker, and they're going to publish it, and you're going to be sorry.
I already am.
Hi. I'm here to
Submit a short story. Fill this out. Leave your story. We'll get back to you in 4 to 6 weeks.
It's the first story I've ever submitted.
Well, that's a historic day for us all. What's the JD stand for?
It's juvenile delinquent.
Don't write that.
And I want those rewrites before next week. And do not get used to the idea of me staying for each class. My dinner plan's canceled.
Oh, it's your first rejection letter. You have to get that framed.
So what do I do now?
You're a writer. What do you think you do now?
Write another story?
Yes, and then write another one after that. And then another one after that. And then another one after that.
Okay.
And then another one after that!
Perhaps my dreams of literary triumph were the delusions of an egotistical and overly ambitious boy who should have listened when he was offered the chance to be the king of the bacon. I could have been a king, Whit. I don't know if I'm cut out for this.
Yeah. Maybe not.
You don't think I am?
Well, let me ask you a question. Why do you want to do this?
Publish?
No. Be a writer. Why do you want to write?
Because I get angry about a lot of things. And when I'm writing, I feel like I'm doing something about it, like I'm finally getting to speak my mind.
You see, Jerry, this is what you need to be doing in your writing. Explore what it is that makes you angry and then put that into a story. No, but here's the catch. You still may never publish.
Never.
Nope. You may spend the rest of your life being rejected. And now you have to ask yourself a question. Are you willing to devote your life to telling stories, knowing that you may get nothing in return? And if the answer to that question is no, well then, you should go out there and find yourself something else to do with your life because you are not a true writer. Good day. Thank you very much. No. Take your rejections with you.
So look at this place. It's beautiful. You'll find something else you like to do, Sonny. You'll see. And it'll be something you can actually make a buck at.
Try not to worry about anything this week, dear. It's a vacation, and you should relax.
Your sister didn't drive all the way up here to watch you write in a lobby for 5 days. Now, put that away and come with us for a stroll.
I will in 1 hour. I'm almost done, okay?
What makes you think you have anything to say to people?
Grow up.
Oh, Jerry, would you hang back for a minute? Now that you have made a true commitment to your craft, I think it's time.
Time for what?
For you to be published.
This is the first damn story I gave you.
Oh, I loved it right away. I just had to be sure you were a real writer before I published it. So, this is your first check as a real writer.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pathetic thing I've ever seen.
All right. That's my cue. Going in.
Una. So lovely to see you again, Carol, Blythe.
I'm Blythe.
Great. If you don't mind, I'm gonna give the most beautiful girl in the world a twirl.
All right. I read your piece and story.
You read story.
I read everything.
What did you think?
I thought it was marvelous. No, simply marvelous.
Thank you. You're without a doubt the most special girl I've ever seen.
And you're very handsome, Jerome David Salinger. What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, how long have you lived here?
Just a few months, but I don't think I'll be here much longer.
Why? Where are you gonna go?
Hollywood. If I want to get into pictures, that's the place to be, right?
No, I used to want to be an actor.
Really?
But I hate Hollywood. It's a bunch of Jaguar driving jerks making crap for knuckleheads that can't read.
You're funny. And you're so talented. I love talent.
Don't go to California.
Why?
I think it's better if you stay here. Stay here and do theater. Have you asked your dad to put you in any of his plays?
Mm-mm.
Why?
We don't speak. We don't speak very often.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
All right. No, I haven't seen him since I was a little girl, actually. You know, I don't know why he doesn't love me. I never did anything wrong.
You know, my dad doesn't love me either. I should probably
Jerry.
go.
No, it's...
Jerry, you don't have to.
Hey, if I get back to my writing, I could get a lot done tonight.
Okay.
Do you want to go dancing Friday?
Yes?
Yes?
Yes. I'd love to.
Me too.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
That's the thing about girls. Every time they do something pretty, you fall half in love with them. And then you never know where the hell you are.
Jerry, hang in there, my love. I know it can be a slog, but you've got to stick out these dry spells. Everyone loves the writing. I get terrific feedback every time I submit you.
That's terrific, but I haven't had a story published in 8 months.
Well, have you thought about writing something with a little more pop to it, more Post than New Yorker?
Oh, I hate the Post. It's a bunch of sentimental crap.
I know.
I want to be a New Yorker writer.
And you will be, but it's never easy, my love. And there's no harm in dumbing it down once in a while. We just got to get you published again. Publishing is everything.
No, I don't even know what I should write about.
Oh, Jerry. First of all, you need to relax. You're not going to do better work being so stressed. Take that pretty girlfriend of yours on a date. Have some fun. How's it going with her?
Hey, Pearl.
I'm sorry, Jerry, but Una isn't here. She left for the Hamptons this morning.
She did what? We had a date.
You know Una.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Maybe I'm just not capable of experiencing happiness like the fella that works at a lousy job and has a pretty wife and a bunch of stupid kids. Maybe I didn't lose my mind at all. Maybe I never had it in the first place.
You should get out of here, kid.
Celebrate what?
I have some exciting news. The New Yorker read Slight Rebellion off Madison, and they want to publish it.
The New Yorker.
Yes, they love your Holden Caulfield character. They feel he's completely original. I'm so happy for you, Jerry.
New Yorker? I can't believe it.
Well, believe it, my love. To publishing, it really is everything. Now, they have a couple of notes that they want you to address.
Notes?
Yes. All writers have to go through this with every magazine, and the New Yorker has more notes than most. They want all their stories to have a New Yorker signature to them.
What if I don't want to do the notes?
They told me there are problems with the story. Should I tell you?
Sure. Sure, okay. Tell me the problems.
First off, they think Holden's drinking comes out of nowhere. They want it to be clearer he's an alcoholic.
No, but he's not an alcoholic. He's just getting drunk because he's depressed about the girl.
Well, they think that's unclear.
I don't. I think that's perfectly clear.
Well, maybe you can make a slight adjustment so it's not confusing for some people. Also, they think it would be nice if in the end Holden and Sally got back together. They specifically said we don't need to see it. We just want the reader to have a sense that they'll end up
But
together.
they don't end up together. That's not what happens.
Why not?
Because people don't end up together. It usually doesn't work out. Okay, look, I know in every goddamn story, in every goddamn magazine, the couple always falls in love with a stupid kiss to make us feel all warm and fuzzy and full of Christmas cheer, but that's not what happens in real life. Someone always gets their heart broken and has a hard time getting over it. Sometimes they drink because they're upset even though they're not alcoholics. I just want my writing to be truthful. That's all.
So what would you like me to tell them?
Tell them I'm very open to notes, but Holden's not an alcoholic and they don't end up together.
Those are the only notes, Jerry.
I'll tell them I won't make those changes.
You're so talented. Give Una a little twirl.
So get this. I told Una about the New Yorker, and you've already been out 3 times.
To the New Yorker?
The New Yorker.
Did they have any notes?
Who?
The New Yorker. Did they have any notes on the story?
No.
Well, I'm not surprised they loved it. That Holden character is fantastic. It's exactly what I've been telling you about digging deeper.
Yeah, I felt it when I was writing him. It just flowed out of me. I want to keep writing stories about him.
You should. Now there.
You okay there, boss?
Well, between you and me, things aren't great at Story. Money is tight. I mean, Martha watches the finances and me. Apparently, I'm still spending too much money.
You'll have to shut it down?
No, we'll be all right for now. But it's been tough on us. I got an eye. I can spot talent coming a mile away. Saroyan, Cheever, Codwell, I discovered them all. Of course, it would be nice if somebody discovered me.
Hey, come on, you've been published.
I not only discovered them, I shaped them. I challenged them. This is me. You should continue to write about Holden, but not as a short story.
Well, hang on, wait. What do you mean?
I think Holden Caulfield is a novel.
No, I couldn't write a whole novel. I'm a dash man, not a miler.
You only say that because you're lazy. Holden Caulfield deserves an entire book, all on his own.
A novel's a lot of words.
It's just more words. Imagine the book that you would want to read, and then go write it.
Hey, what is it? What's happened?
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you this important bulletin from the United Press. We have witnessed this morning the attack of Pearl Harbor and the severe bombing of Pearl Harbor by Army planes, undoubtedly Japanese. It's no joke. It's a real war.
I don't care what you say. I'm sending you socks every week, and you had better wear them.
Please, you'll embarrass me. They're gonna supply everything I need.
Everyone, can I have your attention, please? As you all know, tomorrow morning, our son Jerry is going off to war. Perhaps this will turn him into the man I know he is destined to become.
And I would like to propose a toast to the best student I've ever had, to Jerry, a wonderful writer, an inspiration, and a great friend. To Jerry.
To Jerry.
This may not be the best timing, but I have some bad news.
Really? And what?
The New Yorker isn't going to run the Holden Caulfield story.
Why not?
They think it's too frivolous now that we've entered the war. I'm sorry, Jerry.
No, it's fine.
Promise you'll wait for me.
I promise.
Really?
Of course, Jerry.
Well, she is an actress.
Hey, mark my words. I will marry that girl.
Well, it's a good thing her father's a comedy writer.
Anyway, how's everything at the home front with you? You good with Martha? Chewing your ear?
Everything at my home is fine because
Yeah?
what you'll learn about having a wife is that occasionally she just needs to yell to feel better. Oh, and by the way, I'm awfully sorry about the New Yorker.
How'd you know about that?
Oh, please. They canned the Caulfield story because you wouldn't take any of their notes. You know, you cannot be a pain in the ass until you're a success.
Huh? Well, to hell with the New Yorker. You know what? I'll put it in an anthology with other shorts
No,
that bring...
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that to Holden Caulfield. He deserves a novel.
Really think so?
I know so. He's a fantastic character. Listen to me. While you're over there, you know, getting clapped from all those French whores, do me a favor. I want you to write about it. I want Holden Caulfield to be your best friend. And listen to me. Stay alive. All right? Stay alive. No matter what.
After I enlisted in the Army, I bounced from base to base until they finally shipped me off to England. I knew Army food would be bad, but they promised us a steak dinner the night before the big invasion. I just couldn't start the Caulfield novel. That's why I kept sending you short stories for the anthology I was writing instead. I had never written anything so personal. That's why he was a first-person character. I didn't want to begin Holden's story because I was scared I wouldn't live long enough to finish it.
I'll just forget about it. Come on, Jer. The first guy to ever get dumped on the front page of every newspaper in the country. It's pretty nuts. Chaplin's old enough to be her father.
Now, what can I say? Everyone loves that little tramp.
In a scandal that has rocked the nation, the biggest movie star in the world, Charlie Chaplin, has married the 18-year-old daughter of famed playwright Eugene O'Neill, who has declared that she has finally met her true love.
It's just more words. Holden Caulfield, she said. It's marvelous to see you. It's been ages. She had one of those very loud, embarrassing voices when you met her somewhere. She got away with it because she was so damn good-looking, but it always gave me a pain in the ass. It's swell to see you, I said. I meant it, too. How are you anyway? Grand, she said. If there's one word I hate, it's grand. It's so phony.
This is a momentous hour in world history, D-Day. The men of General Dwight D. Eisenhower are fighting their way up the beaches in fire and blood into the fortress of Nazi Europe. Casualties in this mammoth operation may reach a dreadful toll.
I had stormed Normandy with 6 chapters in my bag, and I'd be lying if I didn't tell you Holden got me through some rough spells. He gave me something to focus on when things weren't going so hot. That's one of the things I loved most about writing. Your mind keeps on working on your stories, whether you've got a pen or a gun in your hand. It just never stops creating.
You okay? You gotta be okay. Help me.
I did everything I could to keep on writing. I really did. No pen, no typewriter. To hell with them. I kept on telling Holden's story, even if it was only to myself.
I'd get pneumonia and then I'd probably die. Millions of chicks at my funeral.
Jerry, you're gonna be all right, okay? All right? Just gotta warm up a bit, okay? Come on. Here we go. All right. Hey, just gotta warm up. Okay? Hey. Brought the socks your mom sent you. She's a smart lady, Jerry. All right? Take them. Keep you warm, all right? Okay? I'm not going anywhere.
Jerry, can you hear me? Jerry, I want you to look at me. Could you look at me, Jerry? Jerry, squeeze my hand if you could hear me.
I'm truly sorry you wasted all that time on me. But you gotta believe me when I tell you, I have nothing left to say. About Holden Caulfield, or anything else for that matter. Sincerely yours, Jerry Salinger.
He's here.
Is he still crazy?
Shh. Welcome home, Sonny. All the way home from Germany.
Jerry.
This is my wife, Sylvia. This is my mom, Miriam. It's my sister, Doris. And that's my father, Saul.
Hello.
So, Sonny, you were interrogating Nazis after the war?
Yeah, we were trying to find out where the Nazis were hiding.
That sounds exciting.
So, Sylvia, what do you do?
She's a rodeo clown. It's a joke.
I'm an ophthalmologist by trade. Before the war. When did you two get married?
About 6 months ago.
Oh, that's when you stopped responding to our letters.
Why? I haven't written a word in over a year.
Well, I hope you're gonna write stories again.
Maybe after Witt publishes the Young Folks Anthology, it's the only reason why I came home. And to see all of you. Most of these I wrote before I went to Europe. And a few I wrote during the war.
What about the Caulfield novel? Where are you with that?
About halfway.
When do you think you're gonna finish?
I can't work on it anymore.
Why not?
It brings back too many memories. I want to forget it all.
Well, have you written anything since you got back?
I tried. I just can't do it.
Well, we'll publish your anthology, and I'll bet before long you'll be back at that typewriter.
Hope so. I'm not getting enough sleep, so it's hard to concentrate. And sometimes I wake up and I'm screaming.
No, these are all very common post-war symptoms, Jerry. Okay? And have you been painting at all?
No, because I'm not a painter, I'm a writer.
Yes. Yes, of course. Writer.
No, with the nightmares, sometimes I have flashbacks to camps during the day, too. It's almost like I'm there, I can smell. Is there anything I can do for that?
No, these are all very common occurrences from soldiers returning from combat. It's just a phase. All right?
Hey,
So you've been drinking?
No, I haven't touched a drop in years.
Oh, that's right. You joined a temperance union.
Joined? I mean, started. I also joined the divorce union. Well, kind of more annulled if you want to get technical about it.
What happened?
Something that never should have. I think she might be a Nazi.
Are you serious?
I don't know. Maybe. That's it.
Well, now, see, that is something you should write about. Have you started up again?
No, you know, I think once the anthology's published, that'll hopefully get me going again. What?
The anthology's just turned out to be a little more complicated than I thought.
How?
Well, you know, we don't publish on our own. We don't have the money for it, so we have this relationship with Lippincott to finance our long form, and they've rejected the book. They don't want to publish it.
So you're not going to publish the Young Folks
It's not me,
anthology?
Jerry. It's them. And I nearly ended the relationship with them.
Nearly ended the relationship? How nearly brave of you that must have been.
Come
Wow.
on.
No, that means a lot to me. I mean, you know that was the only reason I came back from Germany. You knew how much it meant to me, how much I needed that.
At least it brought you home.
No, I didn't want to come home.
Jerry, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do, all right? I went to war with these guys over this.
War? War? You went to war with these guys?
No, that was a bad choice of words.
No,
I didn't mean.
I landed on D-Day.
I understand.
No. You have no idea. I'm only alive because we missed our landing by 1,000 yards, but I saw them all get killed. I saw every single one of them get killed. I should be dead too. I shouldn't be here.
Jerry, I'm sorry.
No,
I fought
you're
for
not
you, all
sorry.
right? I wanted
Don't
to
sit there and
happen.
tell me how you fought for this. You are a liar. You're a goddamn liar. I never want to see you again. Jerry!
Hey, mister. I had a question for you. Where do you think the ducks go in the winter when the pound freeze is over?
I'm sorry, pal. I ain't got no idea. Hey, you wanna smoke?
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, you wanna a nip?
Don't mind if I do.
You got a light.
I think I do.
Hey, I'm a veteran! God damn it, stop! What are you all doing?
I keep having nightmares about the war almost every night. Sometimes I wake up screaming.
You also see it during the day.
How did you know?
Before I studied the teachings of Ramakrishna, I was a freedom fighter in India against the British. It was the violence I witnessed that led me on the same path that has led you to me.
Do you think the nightmares will ever go away?
Oh, yes. But first, you must heal from the violence that has been inflicted upon your soul.
How?
Right. Our religion consists of meditation on the spirit of full consciousness. Come, remove your shoes. This is how we will begin to heal the pain. Those are very handsome shoes.
Thank you.
Come, sit. Very good. Now close your eyes. It's all right. It won't hurt you. Ultimate reality is an all-pervading, uncreated, self-luminous, eternal spirit. It is the consciousness that animates all conscious beings.
I try to write. Every day I sit at the typewriter, but I can't start.
What do you think about when you stare at the blank page?
Well, that it won't be good. That I've lost my talent.
So what if you have?
Then I shouldn't write.
You write to show off your talent or to express what's in your heart?
Finally started yesterday.
Good.
Well, it wasn't good. I mean, the writing was terrible, and I only managed one page.
Then what happened? Did you enjoy it?
Writing?
No, ripping up the page.
Yeah. I ripped up 5 pages yesterday.
Sounds like fun.
Well, I love what you've done with the place. You're writing again.
Mm-hmm.
The Caulfield novel?
No, I tried, but
Thank you.
it's just some short stories I've been working on. Then not very good, but at least I'm getting pages done.
Well, that's why I'm here. You remember that story that the New Yorker was going to publish?
Slight rebellion off Madison. My first Caulfield story.
Well, they've been reviewing all their past submissions from before the war, and they are considering publishing it.
Really?
Yes, really. I don't know if you remember, but they had specific notes you didn't want to take. And if you want them to publish it, you're going to have to make their changes. Oh, come on. At least hear them out. Publishing is everything.
Well, the New Yorker holds a special place in American literature, and it's important to us that our stories have a uniform vision. I mean, we want the reader to be able to read a story and know that it could only run in the New Yorker.
Well, that's exactly what I don't want.
You don't want to be published in the New Yorker?
No, I love the New Yorker. I just don't want to write stories like everyone else. You know, the war hero doesn't always get a parade. Sometimes he blows his head off. I want to create a new form of writing, a modern form about modern society, in which the pain of our existence is laid out truthfully for everyone to see.
I'll make a deal with you. If you try the notes and don't feel they make your story better, then I'll submit your original version.
I don't want Holden and Sally to end up together. That's not what happens in real life, at least not in my life.
Well, that's fine. It's just a thought we had.
I thought it was a big sticking point for you.
Not if you feel it destroys the integrity of the piece. Look, Jerry, I'm not trying to take your story over or write it for you. But you have a wonderful voice, but you over-explain. Trust that the reader is going to understand you.
What do you mean I over-explain? That's better. Your notes worked. Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll submit it to Harold Ross and the team. Should take a few weeks to get an answer.
I wanted to give you another story I wrote. Thought you could help me make it better.
Well, shouldn't banana fish be 2 words?
No, it has to be 1.
Why?
Because 2 words would make too much sense.
Dear Jerry, I've sent you several letters, but you never respond. I hope you believe me when I tell you there was nothing I could do. I begged them to publish it, I really did. And now I'm begging for your forgiveness, because I truly...
I've read several of your stories, and they're very impressive for someone your age.
My writing changed a lot after the war.
The war changed a lot of writers.
The ones that survived.
Jerry, I brought you here today because I wanted to tell you personally that the New Yorker would like to publish you.
Which story?
All of them.
All of them?
I would like to offer you a first rejection contract. We'll pay you a handsome yearly salary, and in return, we get to read all of your stories first. The ones we don't publish, you're free to sell to other magazines.
It's the most prestigious contract in American publishing.
Congratulations, Jerry. You did it.
May I present Jerry Salinger, Peggy Siskin,
Very
the
nice
New
to
Yorker's
meet you.
incipient great man of American letters.
Jerry, if I may, I am also a writer.
Fantastic.
I thought Uncle Wiggily in Connecticut was marvelous. I'm simply dying for your next story.
When Seymour Glass shot himself, you weren't just talking about the war. You were talking about the bourgeois capitalist infrastructure of a modern plutocracy.
Or maybe it was the war, but it's really up to the reader.
Jerry is in the very beginnings of his first novel.
And Bill says you may be writing a novel.
When are you going to write a novel?
Well, there's something I'm working on. Hopefully it won't be too long.
Let's get a picture.
Oh, thank you so much.
There we are.
There's one thing that's been weighing on me. A novel I'm wanting to finish but can't. I'm scared if I work on it, the nightmares will come back.
Is it about the war?
No, it's about a character I wrote about during the war. He was with me everywhere I went.
Every time you attempt to work on it, you feel the war again.
You never really get this much burning flesh out of your nostrils.
Perhaps finishing this book is the way for you to move on.
There's just so many distractions everywhere.
And you must remove distractions.
Well, this is it. Gets a little drafty, but the price is right. What are you going to do up here?
Just a little writing.
I'll just tell you about this madman stuff that happened to me.
Such an honor to have you here.
No, I'm sorry for stopping by unannounced. I just wanted to speak to you personally.
No apologies necessary. I don't know if you remember, but a year ago, you sent me the kindness letter about my writing, asking if you could publish a book of my short stories. Of course, I love those stories. Thank you. I just completed my first novel. And, if you like, I'd like you to publish it. I am honored you'd think of me. When can I read it? You know, the pages of this book were with me when I stormed the beaches of Normandy. I wrote them in Hitler's death camps and in the hospital where I could barely remember my own name. I don't think I'd be alive if it wasn't for this book. I'm really flattered, Jerry. Is it a war story? No. It's about a troubled kid during the Christmas holidays.
Well, I know you want us to give you some helpful notes on the novel, but the truth is, we both think it has a lot of problems.
I just don't buy Holden.
That's the whole book.
Well, he seems phony, as he would like to say. He's so negative all the time. It just doesn't feel real.
And your style is too writer-conscious. I feel you're trying to be clever on almost every page.
Did you at least think it was funny?
Yes, but in a way where I feel the writer's being too witty.
You're making a real name for yourself, and I would hate for this book to throw that goodwill away. The best note I can give you is to just put it in a drawer for a year or two.
Is that bad?
I'm afraid it is.
I loved it, Jerry. I really did.
Thank God.
But these things are never easy.
What do you mean?
My boss didn't get it. But I fought for it. And he said he'd be willing to publish if you did a major rewrite.
What does he want rewritten?
He doesn't understand Holden. What makes him tick. And I gotta admit, I found him confusing at times. He hates everything. And he's always so sarcastic. Is Holden supposed to be crazy? Are you okay? Jerry? Jerry?
No, I've thought about it and I can't do a rewrite. I won't do it. I'm not gonna change a word. Holden would never approve.
You might not have to.
What do you mean?
Look, I didn't tell you I was going to do this, but I sent it to one person just to test the waters.
Who?
John Woodburn at Little Brown.
Okay, well, how was the water?
Hot. Very hot.
He liked it?
No, he loved it. He thinks it's an American masterpiece.
He said masterpiece?
That's what he said.
And wait, you told him I wouldn't make any changes?
Yes, I told him that that could be a problem, and he still wants to meet with you to discuss marketing and distribution.
Hold on. Marketing?
We also love this one for the cover. Holden in his red hunting hat.
I hate it.
So what's wrong with this one?
The reader needs to imagine for themselves what they want Holden to look like.
What if we just use it for the galleys? I think it would really...
No, I don't want any galleys sent out.
Advanced copies are crucial for publicity purposes.
I don't want any publicity.
You don't want any publicity?
No. I don't care if it's successful, I just want it to be good. The less attention the book gets, the more the story will affect people.
It won't affect anyone if they don't read it.
Well, I'm not doing press.
This isn't about me, or publicity, or reviews. This is about Holden.
Jerry, do you want us to publish this book or merely to print it? Because if you just want a printer, then I suggest you type up a few hundred copies and send them out yourself.
Fine, you can send out galleys for advance reviews.
Thank you, Jerry. That's very generous of you.
Hey, but I don't want to read a single review, so don't send them to me, okay?
Receiving rapturous reviews, the debut novel of J.B. Salinger is being heralded as the breakout book of the year.
And do you feel peace?
Excuse me, Mr. Salinger? Excuse me. I just wanted to talk to you. I feel like I'm Holden Caulfield. And I need to talk to you about the book, about Holden.
Everything I have to say, I wrote in the book.
How do you know so much about me?
I don't. It's just a work of fiction. I'm just a fiction writer. Hey, thank you for saying hello.
But I'm Holden. I'm Holden Caulfield. You're a phony! Like everyone else!
Sorry. I didn't want to wake you.
No, you didn't. I was always worried you wouldn't be able to pay your rent. Now I gotta worry about deranged fans attacking you. Should take your photos of all those book covers.
I never knew you worried at all.
Since the day you were born. When I was a boy, I wanted to be a pianist. I loved playing so much. But my father was a rabbi, so he just couldn't understand how I would be able to support myself, and he forced me to stop playing. I was upset, but I knew he loved me. He just wanted me to be okay.
I never even heard you play.
No. But I was good. So, you're Holden Caulfield, right?
Yeah.
Your mother was right. You are very talented.
Thank you.
Now you just gotta write another one even better. No pressure. Good night, Sonny.
I hear people talking about Catcher everywhere I go. Everyone just loves it. I'm so excited to read your next book.
Is your steak okay?
Yeah, I'm just not very hungry.
Can we get you something else, maybe?
Oh, excuse me.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You know there's a dinner party going on in there.
Yeah, I'm just a little uncomfortable right now.
It's just a book. I didn't even like it that much, if you want to know the truth.
What didn't you like about it?
It was just like all those other phony books. A lot of whining, and the ending was a lousy bore. You shouldn't take yourself so seriously, you know. It's not like you're the first guy to write a hit book.
Wait. Wait. Can I get your phone number?
Got a pen?
I got some paper, too. What's your name?
Claire.
Claire. You're the first person that's ever said they hated it.
To your face.
Thank you.
You have captured the consciousness of the nation. You've tapped into the way many feel and have given a voice to their pain.
I can't go home anymore. I wrote the book to get over the war. Now I feel like I'm going crazy all over again.
Have you not yet learned how to remove distraction?
New Hampshire's really beautiful this time of year. It's 90 acres, mostly woods. The house is modest, but very nice. There's also a small bunker that can be converted to a guest house.
Or an office.
Whatever you want. I think you'll be really happy here.
I hope so.
An artist's only concern is to shoot for some kind of perfection. And on his own terms, not anyone else's.
Excuse me, Mr. Salinger? Since you write about teenagers, I thought you might be interested in running a youth group. I think the kids would love it.
I would too.
Great. Yeah, they're right over here.
Yet a real artist, I've noticed, will survive anything.
Jerry? You invite me all the way out here and then walk away as soon as you see me?
No, I'm sorry. I thought you were one of those crazed Caulfield fans.
You should be so lucky.
You look beautiful. What do you think?
It's just as you said in your letters. It's like the city without the city.
Do you hate it?
I grew up in foster homes, Jerry. As long as you're here, it's perfect.
Her skin was lovely, and her features were delicate. No one could have missed saying that she was a first-class beauty. He's overjoyed with his new spiritual life, and he goes on saying his prayer and telling everyone he happens to meet how to say it too.
Hey, Mr. Salinger. I know you're very private, but I was wondering if I could interview you for my school newspaper. They want me to write an article about someone I admire, and you'd be perfect.
Well, I stopped doing interviews a while ago. But for a school paper, I can certainly make an exception.
Really?
Of course.
The kids at school are gonna love it. Thank you, thank you. Is Catcher in the Rye autobiographical?
Sort of. My boyhood was very much the same as that of the boy in the book. You know, I had problems in school just like he did. To be honest, it was a great relief telling people about it.
And why do most of your stories center on young people?
Because they're innocent. And they haven't been destroyed by the world yet. I guess part of me wishes I could still be that innocent, but I've seen the things I've seen, and I know I'll never have that innocence again.
That girl who interviewed you the other day was very pretty.
So?
So you seem to like pretty young girls.
Yes, that would put me in that special classification known as a man.
Well, I hope you still love me when I'm not a pretty young girl.
Of course I will. No.
What?
That interview. The interview with the girl, it was printed in the local paper, not the school paper.
So?
So, she lied to me. She said it was for the school paper. She lied.
It's okay, Jerry. It's gonna be
No,
okay.
I trusted her.
Jerry,
I trusted
it's
her.
okay.
She betrayed me. Goddamn,
It's
these
okay.
goddamn children betray me now. When people become the distraction, then I suppose you remove the people.
There hasn't been a single mention of me or Story Magazine in any of the press, not a single mention.
That's because you have no official involvement in the book.
But I published his first story. I'm the one who convinced him that Holden Caulfield should be a novel.
Well, you would have been the publisher of the hottest novel of the year if you had published his anthology like you promised him.
I haven't slept for 6 months. And I miss him.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Lippincott says that they'll publish an anthology now, anything he wants.
Everyone wants an anthology, but we're going with Little Brown out of loyalty. Although I hate the title. 9 stories, it's such a bore.
Do you think Jerry would write a piece for Story? It doesn't have to be a new piece. It could be an old story. It's fine. We're just really struggling.
I already asked him. He said no.
How can he still be angry with me? He's a huge success now.
It hasn't been easy on him. The war made him a better writer, but it really messed him up.
It seems to me indisputably true that artists and poets who have a reputation for producing a great or fine art have something garishly wrong with them as persons. A spectacular flaw in character or an extreme self-centeredness. And the public's thirst for their next supposed masterpiece only makes them want to hide from distractions even more.
You've been in that studio for over a week, Jerry. A week writing about the Glass family. We're alone here, Jerry. You can't just leave us alone like this. We are your family, too. I have no friends here. I have no one to talk to. I am all alone. I'm alone.
He's absolutely unfit for marriage or anything halfway normal. It's a sad fact that the end of one story always seems to grow into the start of a new one. And the tragedy is there's simply nothing he can do about it.
Please, you know you're not supposed to bother me in here.
I know. But you have a phone call and he says it's important.
Why? Who is it?
Whit Burnett.
No. No, I don't want to talk to him.
You'd think with all that meditation you'd have learned to forgive by now.
Hello.
Jerry, hi. It's been a long time.
Yes, it has.
I never got a chance to tell you, but I just loved Catcher in the Rye.
Thank you. Did you write it to write it?
Well, it's one thing to have an idea, it's another thing to execute it.
And you did so brilliantly.
Thank you.
How's life in the country? I understand.
It's fine. Wait, what can I do for you?
Are you still angry about what happened?
Is that why you called?
No, I called because...
Look, Story Magazine is going to do an anthology of short stories, and since you're our most famous alumni, I just thought it would be fitting if you did the introduction for us.
Hello?
Okay.
Okay, what?
Okay, I'll do it.
Really?
No, you sound surprised.
No, I'm just thrilled. I thank you.
Oh, thank you for buying my first story.
Well, it was the best $25 I ever spent.
When I was 20, I was a student for a time in Whit Burnett's short story course up at Columbia. I often have my doubts whether any good and conscientious writing course conductor can humanly do more. He was there, unmistakably, in the service of the story.
It isn't too quiet for you out here?
Oh, it's perfect.
But don't you miss the action in the city?
This is a distraction. It's all a distraction. It's important I remove anything that can interfere with my writing. All I want now is to write.
Yeah, but don't you have less to write about? You're so isolated. I mean, look, I liked Franny and Zoe. It felt a little bit more like reading a religious textbook than a story.
Always told me to dig deeper. Correct?
Yes?
I couldn't have written Catcher without the war, but now I'm seeking a higher calling than a boy in his hunting hat.
Wait a minute, Holden changed the country. There's now young people all over the world who feel they finally have a voice they never had before.
Yes, and they're not afraid to come here and tell me. Sometimes I wish I never wrote it. I do. It's made me a prisoner here. I'm shackled by my own creation.
Oh, come on. Does it have to be like that?
Yes. If I want to keep writing, it does. And that's the only time I feel any sense of peace. It's nice to see you again, but I'm curious why you wanted to come all the way up here to talk to me.
It's about the introduction you wrote. Look, I loved it. It's beautiful. I was very flattered.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
But unfortunately, I can't use it.
You can't use it?
No, because it's not about Story Magazine or the other writers. It's about me, and it's just inappropriate to use as an introduction for an anthology. Why are you laughing?
Ever since we've met, all you've done is reject my writing. I guess I was foolish to think that would end now.
Well, I never said life as a writer was going to be easy.
As always, you were right. Bye, Wayne.
Goodbye.
As always, there are multiple offers for the film rights to Catcher. Elia Kazan, Billy Wilder, they both keep calling.
Tell them no and to stop calling. Never work as a movie.
Why not?
Because I'm the only one that can play Holden. I'm too old.
Little Brown called about your next book. They asked if you were still writing about the Glass family. They'll take anything. Literally anything.
No, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's actually the reason why I came back to the city.
What is it?
I don't want to publish anymore.
But people really love to read your stories. You'll have so many disappointed fans.
The writing's it's become my religion. Publishing it gets in the way of the meditation. It corrupts it. I don't know how to be a husband, or a father, or even a friend. All I know is how to be a writer. If I can truly do this, if I can dedicate my life to writing and get nothing in return, then I think I can find some happiness.
Then don't publish anymore. I love you, and I want you to be happy. And it's like I always said, publishing isn't everything.
Dear Whit, so to answer the question you asked me all those years ago, yes, I am willing to write for the rest of my